good afternoon. This is Houndog Steve talking to you from Mattawa, and we're settled in now. As you can see, my little stove is going there, ready to start cooking, and I've got my Hennessy hammock set up in the background here because I wanted to try that out as well. So we're doing a lot of experimenting this weekend. But what I wanted to continue on with was my discussion on the fact that we are not helpless in this situation. Now, one of the things that I've been doing is that when I watch videos, I will read through the comments, and I will troll the trollers. You know, I maybe go down, I don't know, 15 or 20 comments, and if I see any, you know the trollers, they got no channel, there's no content on there, and they're usually making derogatory remarks. Well, I fire back at them with facts and, you know, rebut. Because, I mean, how many of us are there? You know, we're what, 5 billion people online? We can out-troll the trolls. So that is one thing that you can do. Take people up on stuff. Now, a little something that happened to me recently, I went for a massage, and then the massage therapist refused to rebook me because I wouldn't wear a mask because I have an exemption. And so I have decided to take her to the Human Rights Commission because I'm being segregated medically. The exemptions are on the Halliburton Quarter Pine Ridge's website, the health unit, and it says quite clearly that there are exemptions and that you must respect those exemptions. And so I'm going to take up this person with a human rights claim. This is completely unfair, and we need to start doing these things, you know, rather than just accepting it. These people are healthcare professionals, and they are giving us mixed messages. And you know, she basically said to me, well, I don't feel comfortable. Well, what happens if you're a judge and you don't feel comfortable making a judgment? Well, you can't say that. You're a judge. The rules are the rules, the protocols are there, the laws are there, and whether you like them or not, they are there to be followed. Or let's not have any rules at all. So all of these things, you know, like I say, taking my speeding ticket to trial, and you know, if all else fails, I'll just pay the fine. But in the meantime, all kinds of paperwork has been generated because I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of these fools who are running this world, and we all need to speak up. That's the only way things are going to change. And you know, people ask me, they say, Steve, why don't you just shut up? Why don't you just keep quiet? Why don't you fade into the background and stop causing trouble and stop contradicting the narrative, because you're going to get into even worse trouble. Well, you know what? It's already too late. Anybody who thinks that, it's already too late. If they're going to get you, they're going to get you. And this is how the breaking of your hope and creating fear works, is that they anticipate that an awful lot of people will be just frightened to speak up, even though they want to. Okay, now me personally, because I've reached this age, I'm 67, I have been a protester all of my life. I have tried to right wrongs wherever possible, and having grown up in post-World War II England, and knowing, I mean, I saw those videos, or the film, actually weren't videos at the time, they were films, you know, of this certain ethnic group being marched down the road to chambers where they were going to be done away with, and they're friends. I mean, we all know this group of people, you know who I'm talking about, and this group of people, they always reach the highest levels of their professions. I don't want to get into any of the ZIONIST stuff, but we all know that the top medical positions, the top banking, accounting positions, you name it, it is covered by this group of people. So these aren't slouches, these aren't slum dwellers. Okay, these are people who had good, steady friends who turned their back on them. And you know, that country was Germany, and for about 50 years, and maybe even some of the older people today, carry a collective guilt over that period in their history, because they were hoodwinked, they were brainwashed, and when they snapped out of it and looked back, and it basically said, oh my God, what were we thinking? Okay, and we're going to go through the same thing with this. Okay, there is going to be a collective guilt after this has happened, when these people who refuse the inoculations are vilified and attacked. They're going to say, oh my God, what were we thinking? And I don't want to be part of that. Okay, I would rather speak up now and try and turn as many people's heads as I possibly can, and get them thinking and looking at the information, and realizing that this is not about CV. This is about taking away your rights. Okay, this is taking away your freedom of speech. And you can see, for God's sake, look back over the last 15 months and look at the rights that you have lost. How hard is this to see? Well, I couldn't go to my grave having not said anything. Okay, I couldn't do it. So come and get me, drag me away, put me in a FEMA camp. What the hell? I'm going to keep talking about it, and I'm going to try and inspire as much hope as I can to get people to do the same thing. And like I say, as Cliff says, this is going to be a very dangerous and a very tenuous situation. So, you know, I'm not going on the streets to protest, I can tell you that right now. I am too old for that kind of stuff. Okay, this is how I protest. This is how I do my stuff now. I'm too old to get dragged off in a pair of plastic handcuffs and beat up in the police station and interrogated. No, I can't do that. That's for the young folk. Okay, I was banning the bomb back in the 70s, okay, when Nixon was in power and the US was in Vietnam, and that's when I was young and strong and I could take a punch. I can't do that anymore, so I'm keeping up my protesting on video and broadcasting this way, and I will continue for as long as I can, because I think that they've overreached themselves. I don't think that they can take care of all us little, social media presenters and creators. So I would encourage you to do the same. Speak up. Use your common sense. Use your common sense. And as I say, to me, it's as plain as the nose on your face that we are being duped here, that there are other things going on. This is a complete panopticon control grid takeover. Okay, so we have to speak up, speak out, and as I said the other day in the hopeful video, other than doing what you're doing, ignore them. Laugh at them. They hate it when you laugh at them. They take themselves so seriously. They cannot stand it when they're ridiculed, and of course they are worthy of all kinds of ridicule. Just take a look. Just take a look at some of the things that they're doing. Take a look at some of the contradictions. Okay, who does this kind of stuff? You and I, my friends would call me out if I contradicted myself as many times as Tony Fauci has contradicted himself. My friends would have called me out ages ago and called me a damn liar to my face. All I can do is keep on trying to encourage people to follow in my footsteps, that you can stand up, that you can be free. And to be quite honest, I don't wear my mask anywhere. I don't wear a mask in any store, bank or whatsoever. And you know what? I've never been challenged. And when I have, when they say something like, you should wear a mask, I just say, I'm sorry, I have an exemption. There you go. Conversation's over. They just walk away. So I don't know whether, all of the things that we're seeing, people getting attacked by store, store employees, security and so on and so forth. I don't know whether that's true or not, but I'm certainly not experiencing that. I'm finding that most businesses are pretty respectful. So push it. It's nonsense. The masks don't work. CDC did a study. I showed this to so many people, and they've denied it to my face. Oh, no, you don't know. It's from the CDC, folks. I'll link it in the description below. It is the CDC's study of 80 years of studies of mask wearing and influenza-like illnesses, and it makes no difference whatsoever. So there you go. Anyway, from Madawa, this is Houndog Steve signing off, wishing you a very pleasant afternoon, and we'll talk very, very shortly. You take care now. See ya. Bye.